Hello, I'm Dave Mills, Technology Librarian at the West Wyandotte branch of the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library. As we look over our history of computing, definitely how we save our material has changed over the years. Now, initially, when you first started on your computer, you might have used floppy disks to save your materials. Or you might have even decided to save your materials to the computer's hard drive. And then as you progressed, you might have even chosen to save your work on a CD. And even further, and probably more recently, you probably decided to save your work on a jump drive. But I'd like to present you a choice as to where else you can save it, and that's on the web. And that's with something called Google Drive. Google Drive is one of about 30 different apps that Google offers. And as a matter of fact, you can access these apps either through the web on your browser, or you can access these apps through your tablet device or your smartphone. Now, for this part of the lesson, I'm going to show you how to access Google Drive via the web. And to start things off, I opened up my Google Chrome, and I'm starting off here at the Google homepage at google.com. And today happens to be Veterans Day, so Google has loaded a doodle to celebrate Veterans Day here. But to access your Google Drive, go ahead and go up to the Apps button, which is located up here in the upper right-hand corner. And when you click on it, you'll get a drop-down list of services and apps that you can choose from. And Google Drive happens to be towards the top here, fourth row down and to the left. It's represented here by this triangular icon. And when you click on this, you'll be taken to a choose an account page. And here you may choose to click on a previously loaded account, or you might choose to upload another account to access your Google Drive. Also, you might choose to remove an account if you find that your email has no utility for Google Drive here. I'm going to go ahead and go back to google.com. And then a more direct way to get to that previous page there is you can type in the following: drive.google.com. And that loads this preloaded account page again. I'm going to go ahead and click on my personal account right here. And then I'm going to attempt to log into my account. And my account loads. And this is a relatively new account, so I don't have many files here. And right now, my file opened up in grid view. And there are two different views in terms of viewing your account files. One is grid view and one is list view. Right now I'm in grid view here, and down towards the bottom here it shows my files, and it also gives me kind of a thumbnail picture of what the files look like. But if I choose to see my files in list view, I'll simply just go up to the upper part of the screen here, towards the right, and click on this button right here, and you can see I get a little pop-up message saying list view. And when I click, that'll convert my files into list view here, and you can see that they're listed here in alphabetical order. Now, so I have three files right here, but you'll look here at my quick access level here. I have four files here. That's because one of the files, this Access 360 PC demo, was shared with me by another user. And to prove that, I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the left-hand side, and I'll click on Shared with Me. And this is the file that was shared with me by a fellow librarian right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to my drive, and my drive shows all files that are part of your account right here. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I want to organize any subsequent files that might load here onto my my Google Drive. And as such, it might be a good idea for me to create new folders so I can organize my files. And to do that, I'm going to go up here and click on the New button right here. And I get a drop-down menu here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Folder. And I'm going to name this folder Documents. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Create. And as you can see, Google Drive created a document folder at the top of my listing right here. I'm going to go ahead and create another folder. So new, and then click on folder again. And I'm going to say pictures this time for my second folder. And then click create. And I have a second folder right there. So that's one thing you can do. You can create folders to organize any files that you have here. Now I need to upload some files from my computer to my Google account. And to do that, I'm going to click on new again. And then this time I'm going to go ahead and click on file upload. And that opens up a screen for me. And I'm going to go ahead and upload sample document right here. And I get a little message to the right saying my upload's complete. And here's my sample document at the bottom of the list right here. And I'm going to upload another file. And then this time I'm going to do train 04, which is right here. And I'm going to go ahead and click open. And Google tells me that the upload's complete. And here's the new file, or the new picture document right here. Now that I have documents loaded right here, maybe it's time for me to maybe organize these files by type. And so, for example, I'm going to go ahead and click directly on Train 04, and since that's a picture, I'm going to click, hold my mouse, and drag it and drop it into the Pictures folder. And Google gives me a message telling me what happened here. And then I'm going to go ahead and click directly on the file name, sample document here. I'm going to click, hold, and I'm going to drag this into the documents folder right here. And once again, Google gives me a summary statement right here. And I'll do this one more time. I'm going to go ahead and do the Dave at Work picture right here. And then once again, I'm going to click and hold, and then drag and drop. Okay, and it looks like it loaded properly. And so upon closer inspection, if I double click the folders or the document folder to open up, it shows me the sample document right here. And if I double click the picture folders, you can see that my pictures have been loaded into this particular folder. Now, in terms of maintaining your folders, there's one trick that I've learned, and that's to color code your folder. And so, for example, I'm going to right-click on Document folder right here, and I get a drop-down list right here, and I'm going to go to Change Color, and I'm going to make this red. So I'm going to click directly on red, and you can see that my document folder is now red. And I'm going to repeat the process with my Pictures folder. So I'm going to right-click on Pictures, go to Change Color, and this time I'm going to choose Orange. And you can see that my Picture folder has also switched to orange right here. Okay, earlier in this tutorial, I showed you a file that was shared with my Google Drive account. And remember, it was this Access 360 PC demo video right here. And you can also share stuff from your Google Drive with other users as well. And I'll show you how to do that right now. To start off with, I'm going to go ahead and open up my Pictures folder by double-clicking on it. And remember, I have two files in my Pictures folders. And then I'm going to choose Train 04 right here. A single click. And these buttons up here to the right load. The Copy Link button right here allows you to create a link that links to the picture. And you can use this for purposes of sharing in a document or sharing in an email right here. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Another button that you might choose to use is the Preview button right here. And when you click on that, that actually gives you the file in, it actually opens up the file so that you can view it right here. I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. But the button that I'm concerned with is this share button right here. And so when I click on this, a window opens up, and then I can choose to add people to share this video with. So I'm going to share this with a fellow librarian. And then I might type a short message. And then when I'm ready, I can click send. And that's now shared with a fellow Google user. Okay, the sharing of pictures and documents is a powerful feature in Google Drive, but also with the share feature, you can also collaborate with somebody who may be in town, maybe across the state, maybe across the country, or maybe in a different country. And the collaboration feature in Google Drive is a powerful feature here. So just to demonstrate this, I'm going to go ahead and open up this document that says collaboration document right here. And it's just a simple name and a paragraph here, but I'm going to add this to here. This is the opening sentence to John Steinbeck's novel Of Mice and Men. And so I'm going to go ahead and add a statement here. And it's just a simple sentence like that. And then what I'm going to do is I could share this document with somebody else who can add maybe another statement here. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and hit click share right here. And then once again, I'm going to click up here in the top part of the text box here, and I'm going to share this with my fellow librarian. So I'll click on his name, and then I'll go ahead and click send. And when my colleague opens up his Google Drive, he will see that I sent him a document for further editing. Here's the collaboration document right here. He'll double click to open it up. And here's the statement that I added right here. John Steinbeck is one of my favorite authors. And so he might choose to add another sentence to this document. And then once he's done editing, he could send it back to me by hitting share. And when I come back for my next session of Google Drive, I will find that my friend sent a document back to me, and I'll double click to open this up. And then here's his edit right here, and then I can continue editing it right there, so I can type maybe another statement for the document. And then of course I can click back, send back to him, or share back to him. And that's how collaboration goes. You send back and forth and until your work is done, basically. Now, another thing that you can do is if you like a file so much, you can actually star the picture. And so once again, I'm going to choose the Dave at Work picture right here. And then once again, I'm going to go up here to my menu choices right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on More Actions right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and go down and say Add to Starred, which is right here. And basically, when you have files upon files in your Google account, sometimes it makes sense to star a picture so you can gain quicker access to it. And so I just starred Dave at work right here. I'm going to return over here to the left-hand side. I'm going to click on My Drive. And then where can I find this starred picture? Well, over here on the left-hand side, I'm going to click on Starred. And that shows me the Dave at work picture that's now been starred. Now, likewise, I'm going to click on this to choose it. If you find that the picture is no longer in your best interest, no longer popular with you, you can unstar the picture. And so I'm going to go over to this More Actions button again and click. And then I'm going to say Remove from Starred. And that removes that popular picture from the starred menu right here. Now, another thing that you can do is, just like with Windows files in Windows, you can also rename files in your Google Drive as well. And so, for example, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my drive. I'm going to go to my Documents folder. And then I'm going to click on Sample Document. And that's a pretty generic file name for a document. So I'm going to click on it. And then this time, I can go up to the More Actions button right here and click Rename. Or I can right-click on the sample document and a menu pops up here. And I can also click on Rename. And then this time, a window opens up for me and I can choose a different name for this document. So I'm going to call this document Dave's Excellent Story. And then I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And you can see the name of the document is right here. Okay, and just like managing files in your Windows Explorer, you can also make the choice in your Google Drive to delete a file that you find has no more utility for you. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and go to my drive, and I'm going to choose this file down here, this image file with lettering and numbering here. And I've decided that I no longer have a need for this file. Now, to delete this, I'm going to click on it to choose it. And then I'm going to go up here to my menu buttons right here, and I'm going to click on this little trash can right here. And that will allow me to remove the file, and it tells me that this file right here has been moved to the trash folder. And as a matter of fact, if I click on the trash folder right here, the file has been added there. Here it is right here. And then one final thing too. The trash folder is a temporary place for all of your discarded or removed files. And as a matter of fact, Google will give you 30 days to keep these in your trash folder right here, and then they'll be deleted forever. However, if you decide to go ahead and delete your trash folder altogether, you can click on the trash folder over here, and then over here on the right, you can go ahead and click on Empty Trash, and that will empty all the items that are in your trash folder. And of course, Google gives this little pop-up window saying, are you sure you want to do it? And you can say cancel, no, I want to go ahead and keep these files, or you can go ahead and choose to click delete forever. I'm going to go ahead and just say cancel here for right now. Now, one final thing you should know about your Google account. For free of charge, Google Drive will give you up to 15 gigs of memory to store your items here. And so right now in this Drive account, I'm using about 4.4 megs of memory in my Google account. And in the event that you discover that you need more capacity to store your items, you can always choose to buy storage right here. And that brings up a page where it shows you what's available there. So 15 gigs are free, but if you want to go as high as maybe 100 gigs of memory, you can see the rate that you have to pay per month in order to have that service, as well as the rate of pay that you have to pay for the 200 gigabytes of memory per month. As we conclude this tutorial, I'd like to remind you that Google Drive is also available for your tablet or for your smartphone. So if you're on the Android platform, you can get Google Drive at the Google Play Store. And if you're on the iPad or the iPhone, you can get Google Drive at the Apple App Store. For further assistance with any computer need, including Google Drive, you can give us a call here at the library at 913-295-8250. Also, visit our website at www.kckpl.org. This is Dave Mills. Thank you for your time.